How many of you have walked through the ruins of the Gran Tenochtitlan, once home of the Aztec Empire? Even though your answer may be yes, for the most part, all of you are going to answer no. And you may be even surprised that these ruins still exist and are open for display in Mexico City. Teotihuacan is one of the many sites that allows tourists to take a step back into the years of the Aztecs, and it is located in Mexico City, which has many attractions for tourists to come visit. Okay, I'll inform you about the cultural, historical, and entertainment sites that are available in Mexico City, such as the Chapultepec Castle, the National Museum of Anthropology, and finalizing with the Aztec Stadium, open for sports fans all year long. Mexico City is a place where the Aztec Empire began and where Mexico started its history. Even though the ruins are not called the Gran Tenochtitlan anymore, they are still up for display and open. As described by Chris Humphrey in his past experience, Mexico City is often as chaotic and dirty is my favorite city in the world. I've lived here on and off for 10 years, addicted to its energy and culture. Whenever I return, I always explore the ancient central city of the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan. The city was founded as an island city by the Aztecs, and by the year 1430, they had begun to create one of the largest empires in the Western Hemisphere. Teotihuacan also includes some of the temples used by the Aztecs as worship places, such as the Pyramid of the Sun, the Pyramid of the Moon, and the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, Quetzalcoatl, one of their gods. Continuing on, a palace who once held the many rulers of Spain and Mexico still stands in Mexico City, and it is called Chapultepec Castle. It dates back to the 14th century and was taken over by Spain, and years later it was opened as a public space to become a park and a museum in the year 1530. The museum now holds and displays many documents and objects that date back to the conquest of Spain up to the revolutionary period in Mexico. Now that we have covered most of the historical parts in Mexico, I would like you to see the cultural areas that Mexico City has to offer tourists. According to Richard Feinberg, a professor in the University of California, San Diego, if Mexico was located in Western Europe, it would be a must-see tourist destination, such as London, Paris, and Rome, due to its extraordinary museums and cultural masterpieces. Also, not forgetting the vast cultural scenes and extravagant restaurants that are world-class. The National Museum of Anthropology, located in the same area as the Chapultepec Castle, has constant displays of archaeological collections and expos. It is also a place for academic conferences and events. It is one of the almost 100 museums located in Mexico City that have a constant display of art, science, and technology, and history overall. Among the many museums, Mexico City also has a wide variety of theaters, such as the Palace of Fine Arts, being one of the most recognized in the world, which has a constant display of events going from art, music, plays, and even event conferences. As you go throughout the city, filling yourself with cultural and historical areas, don't forget to also have a little spare time for entertainment. Entertainment is a big part of Mexico City, but the challenge isn't finding something to do, but narrowing down all the possibilities available in this megapolis of about 10 million people, only in the Federal District, as Diaz commented. If you'd like to take a beautiful ride on a gondola, such as the ones offered in Venice, but with the Mexican taste in it, you'd like to go visit Xochimilco. Xochimilco is a place made out of chinampas, meaning floating gardens, such as the ones made by the Aztecs in their era. Tourists are able to go on personalized gondolas and listen to the beautiful mariachi music, and also eat the food that gondolas passing by offer them. If you'd like to visit one of the greatest public squares in the world, be sure to visit Mexico City's main square that measures up to 850 feet by 500 feet and also holds the Mexican flag right in the center. It is known to be also called the Zócalo Capitalino, which is a place of gathering for festivals and cultural events. Now, let's move on to the entertainment for the sports fans. Mexico City could not forget to include the Aztec Stadium, who has already been host of 2 World Cups in the years 1970 and 1986. It is home of the national Mexican soccer team, and it is also known as the Colossus of St. Ursula because it takes up to 60,000 meters squared and has a capacity of 105,000 spectators in one single event. Such events as musical to plays and even masses of the Pope. Today I have presented to you some of the most important historical, cultural, and entertainment sites that are in Mexico City. Remember that question I asked you before about the ancient ruins? Well, I'm sure you'll be able to answer that and many more questions about Mexico City and its entertainment that they have to offer for tourists. You may have visited many of the bordering cities of Mexico, but I'm sure that none of them represent the true heart of the country as Mexico City does. I hope that the information I shared with you today is useful for you in any future travel you have to the city.